Hi everyone, N.A.T here, and welcome to Music in Progress, my series where I show you the tracks that I'm working on and my journey as an artist. So today we'll be working on this track called Stanco, which means tired in English. And I like this title. I think it will be the final title for the song if I release it. And the song is pretty complete already, as you can see. And you can also listen to this track on SoundCloud over here. As you can see, Stanco Music in Progress. And I will be updating it if I work again in Music in Progress with every new episode. But now let's go back here and let's give the song a good listen all the way through. And after that, I will tell you what I will do on it. Let's go. I like this part a lot. All right, so I don't know, it's a cool electro track, I guess, electronic sounding. Maybe not the best track I ever made. I really like this part in the middle. I think it's really cool, maybe even cooler than the drops here. In fact, what I wanted to fix was the drop. I wanted to make it a little more interesting. But first, let me just show you a little bit of like the drums. I like the drums here. And since my song Blackout, this one I released last year, I have been making all my drum sounds and my effect sounds, basically all my sounds in my songs by myself because I like to do it. It's fun, and also I think it gives it allows you to have a more unique style in a way, and if not unique, to have it fit better your track. So let's take a listen just to the drums because I think they're cool. So let's listen to them. So there's a lot of sounds in this drum kit, and this kick is made up of many different kicks apparently. There's the main kick here, just the transient, I guess. What the hell happened? Oh my god. Okay, here, just the transient. Let's go here. And then the sub. Okay, and then top something hit and a noise, and together makes for this. Also cool hi-hats. And also the claps are really cool. Let's give a listen just to the claps. Now, as you can see, it's a really complicated rack here. I think I combined different claps with different timings to give that effect of. And as you can see, makes for a very unique sound. I also processed it, and I also noticed that in this track I really used only Ableton stock stuff. Like in the mastering, if you look at the mastering, it's all Ableton stock stuff. I'm also using OTT. Here's some mid-side multi-band. Oh my god. And OTT here, just 5%. Makes it sound like that instead of like that. I am disengaging the mastering chain. Okay, and in the end I'm using soft saturation combined with the limiter with auto engaged. Apparently I liked to use auto here. All right, that's good. That's good. So, and also another thing I noticed. Yeah, by the way, the other sounds I also added other sounds as well. As you can see, so many that I can't even show all of them to you. But these are just resampled drums. If we go listen to the actual sample, sounds like this. Quite cool, right? All right. Oh my God. So, what I wanted to do with this track was to kind of make the bass sound in the drops more interesting by kind of messing up with it. Okay, using maybe filters, just having fun. I want to have fun, and I find that when I'm having fun, which is, you would be like, oh my God, of course you're supposed to have fun while you make music. Yeah, sometimes you're kind of trying to solve an equation. Actually, you're kind of trying to force the track to, but it just doesn't. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does work. Maybe I'm wrong for pushing myself to, work on a track when it feels like a math problem, an equation problem to solve. Maybe I should find more fun ways to complete the track. But anyways, now let's think about this track. So let me find the bass sound. I found it, and it's this one. So another thing I noticed while I was playing, and I was also trying to kind of make the thumbnail by zooming in. That's why I was zooming in so much during the playback of the track. But I used a wavetable here in the song. Usually I use silent 1 in my songs to make my sounds. But here I use this, and I also use these sounds. What the hell are these sounds? Well, I guess I wanted to use this rhythmic stuff along with the bass, but let's try to find a way to make this bass more interesting. So now I won't even look into what's going on here with the effects. I will just add effects on top and create a big mess. Nah, hopefully not. So I just want to play around with this. Since we just used Ableton stock effects, let's continue doing that. So let me open this auto filter. Let's also map it to my MIDI controller here. This one. Hope you can see it. Here it is. It's really cool. So I mapped the control here, as you can see. And now we'll be playing around with it. I can actually map also the resonance. And let's do some crazy stuff. Let's map this if I can. Yes. Okay, so I can switch filter type while we play. And usually I find that the first time, and I'm going to record it, and usually I find that the first time I record something, or I try it out, it's the best, it's the one that sounds better. Maybe it's not true, but let's do this. Let's actually record this right away. Just let's mess around with this sound and see where we get. So ready? Let's go. And I hope actually this will be recorded. Yeah. I should have set it. I should have set this up correctly. Let's go. By the way, wait a second. Not hearing anything. Okay. Let's go. Before you say it, that was pretty terrible, right? Oh my god. And also I didn't expect so many things to come out of this thing here. Maybe I should have stuck to just one type of filter. But let's kind of listen back just to make sure there wasn't really anything good in here. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, so maybe let's do this again. Let's do this again with let's delete this and let's use just one type of filter. Let's play around with this first and see kind of what this sounds like. So we have pitch and format and morph. Okay, let's try this. Pitch, format, morph. Oh my god. Not a fan of this one. Maybe in some other song could fit better. Let's try this. Let me map it correctly. Okay, maybe, but still not it. Let's try with my favorite, maybe resampling. Let's see if we can get something cool here. Let me map this here, and this here. Oh, I don't need more actually. I just need this one. Okay. Easier. All right. It doesn't even go up and down. No. Just one knob. Let's see if we get something interesting with one knob. Maybe let's map also the dry wet, so I can kind of dial it in and out. Let's go. I don't know. Maybe actually what I was thinking about before when I was actually trying the first type of filter here, normal low pass, that maybe this sound could start kind of low passed and open up, and we could have something else playing here to kind of fill up the initial void, or maybe just have the drums. Let's try. Okay, maybe something like that. Let me try then to add another sound at the beginning, or let's just listen back to what I recorded. Maybe this drone underneath could add that space, that space I created. Let me find it where, in which channel that drone is playing. Okay, so it's this one. Let's see if we can do something with this sound. Maybe I can bounce it to another track. Let's see. Bounce, or actually just Command B. All right. Okay, and now I actually wanted to have more of the sound at the beginning, but maybe a little modified. I don't know. Let's just play it. What's up with this sound? Kind of now, it's not playing anymore. Hey, what happened? You're not playing anymore? Let me see. Let me try then to understand why. Okay, so I solved the problem. I had to reload the session. But anyways, now I have the sound here consolidated. And actually, I removed the filter on the bass. I think we don't need it. Maybe we can use a little more effects at the beginning, and we can do that by resampling this drone sound. So let's do that. Let's just mess around, N.A.T style. I'll show you how I do it. So good. Let's go. Let's multiply it again. Let's reduce this number here. Let's use this type of algorithm. Still not giving me what I want. And here we are. This could be cool. I wanted it to kind of be more like gated, you know? Can I multiply it again? No. This is good though. If we loop it, what happens if we loop it? Okay, this is kind of cool. Let's go an octave higher again. Maybe too much. And let's now add that grain delay I always talk about. Always about the grain delay. Okay, and let's Let's do this. Let's try another, like, quantizing it. Okay. That's what I wanted. Okay, and now let's add more feedback and more spray. Good, let's bounce it in place so I can stop it when I'm... Okay, done. Let's see how it sounds in context. Okay, now, and last thing I wanted to do actually was to add a reverb to the bass because I think it sounded cool. Now let's mess around with this reverb in full screen, which is cool, and try to find a setting that suits this bass. I think that's enough. Sounds cool like that. Let's reduce now the volume of this reverb and kind of mix it in better. Okay, the reverb makes it more mysterious, kind of. All right, so I think we're done here. Yeah, I like it like that. Let's listen to the drop again a little bit. Alright, so I will be updating this track on SoundCloud for you to listen and to give me your opinion. Like, is this track worth finishing in your opinion? Let me know. It's not my favorite track, I will say, I've done so far. And Trent Reznor says, you know, why would you put out something that you don't love yourself, you know? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm still learning. I still really don't know what I'm doing. So, yeah, let me save it with today's date and let's export it. And as I said, I will be updating it on SoundCloud for you to judge, to give me your advice, your opinion. I am, you know, just a bedroom producer trying to make good music. And here it is, the track. The link will be in the description as well. And if I work again on this track, it will be on another episode of Music in Progress. And also don't forget that I am on Spotify or Apple Music. Everywhere you can stream the music that I have already for streaming, available for streaming. And that's it for today's episode. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and see you next time.